Good morning. It's Thursday, and I'm totally unprepared. You know why? Because I woke up 3 minutes ago, maybe 5 minutes ago. I was awake, and then I fell back to sleep. And now I'm here. And that's always hard. But we're gonna power through this together. Okay, I'm getting the link out. And I have a sty in my eye this morning. Do you ever get styes in your eye? I haven't got one in years, but I have one today. Yay! Lucky me. Okay, the link is given, and now we are in the group, and we are going to say today is March 27th, and the prompt is Vincent Van Gogh, Gogh, and his starry. I think it's only one starry, but I'm singing the Don McLean song. In my head, I'm singing Don McLean. Starry, starry night. Oh, I'm so tired. Okay, here I am. I'm gonna go back to sleep, I think, after this. It was a long, long, long bad night. If you want to know the truth. If you don't want the truth, well, sorry. Put a small scrap of paper. This should work. I don't think we're even going to do any shameless plugs. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Susie. Hi, Donna Waldrop. Hi, Kathy. And Kathy. Kathy and Kathy with a C and a K. Hi, Mina. Good morning. I have two things to open, and then I think we're just going to get to it. I have something from Julie Tofty and something from Linda Burge. Burge or Bergie? Burgie? Burgie. I don't know. No shameless plugs. Why? Because I'm too tired for shameless plugs this morning. If you want to come, come. If you don't, don't. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff in this one. Ooh. Oh, that's pretty. I'll read this later. Oh, I can read it now. Just a little something to let you know that you are so appreciated. Aw. And it's got, have you ever seen these cool little things that are like little tiny bits of loveliness in these little books? They come from China or Japan or somewhere. They're very cool. I know what this is. This is Lindsay-ness. She sent me my own fabric. It's so cute. She's already cut it out and everything. So I can sew that right onto a shirt. So this is the Sunshine Girls fabric. There. This one. There. This one. This is not available anymore. It is like vintage. I don't think I'm in the camera, so let's come down a little bit. I'm sorry. This one. This one. Oh, these are cool. What are these? Ooh, little bags that you could have little pullouts come out of. I'm sorry, Carmen. I'm also not awake. Oh, laser cut icons. There's a penguin and a dolphin. Oh, that's a whale. Oh, those are cool. More little bags. I love these things. Oh, what is this? Has my name on the front and it says Lindsay. Ooh. Oh, these are buttons. Look at the butterfly buttons. Have you ever seen these? I have a couple of them, but I've used them, I think. They're very cool. And then a really pretty little card. Maybe this I shouldn't read. Just a little something for restoring my digital orders. You're so funny, Linda. You never have to thank me. That's my job. But it's like getting a tip, and I appreciate it. Ooh, and a piece of really pretty gray ribbon that must have tied it all together, but it was off. Thank you so much. All right, the next one. I really could fall back asleep at any second. Truly. This is something fabricy. Uh-oh, this could have nasty words on it because I know her. Uh, okay, well, I'll just cover it. It says, I'm at that point in life when I need a stronger word than my favorite word because I know Julie and I know we share that love of that word. So I won't show that. What is this? Oh, my friend Karen loves these girls. The Sacred Sisterhood of the Wonderful Wacky Women. Oh, it's got a magnet on it. Oh, that's a cute little notepad. That is cute. And a card, which I don't think I better read right now, but let me at least look at it. Because those socks had a nasty word on it, so you never know. Oh, no. Oh, look, these are those gradient color hearts. These are the Kuretake gradient colors. Aren't they pretty? I'll read it out later. Thank you, Julie, and thank you, Linda. I do want to share this with you guys. So, these are the April 2025 prompts. And look at how beautiful Debbie Buchanan did my name. Isn't that so pretty? I had to slice the envelope on the side so I could open it nice. Palma, I don't know how you stay up till 4. I fell asleep at 9. I woke up at 10:30, I want to say. I was up until 1, and then I was up and down and up and down and up and down. And I am a mess. Okay, so Debbie did these for us. Whoops, that one's upside down. And she said she did this one on watercolor paper and she went to scan it and it didn't scan very well. It's also crooked because I think she cut it by hand all the way around it. But it scanned on my computer, so I gave you this one. Then she did this one because she said it was smaller and easier to read. So I also gave you this one. So now you've got these two beautiful ones for April. And then I was sitting in the doctor's office while Brent was getting a pulmonology test yesterday. So I rewrote them out for me because Debbie said it's supposed to be like a poem. So I'm like, all right, let's see how that works. And it is pretty good. It's the close of a long winter's hibernation, awakening of winter slumber, bringing forth the spring fever, and symphony of nature emerges. That's our first week. Then it goes rain showers to sunshine, rainbows and robins, petals and puddles, bloom full of colorful trees, bears awakening. Kind of like a haiku, I'd say. Buzzing bees and butterflies, clovers and crocus, in her Easter bonnet, hopeful beauty blooms, arise, rebirth, and renew. And then it says, joyous new life and colorful encounters, Mother Earth's special days, blooming hearts and regeneration, nesting newness, pansies and petals. And then the last 3 days of April are lovely light-hearted ladybugs, life-infused freshness, and hello, glorious spring. I mean, I think it's really a fun idea. Really fun. So these three have been given for April, which is next week, right? Like Tuesday or something, right? So I want you guys to know that you can use whatever you want to create these. You can use a journal book. You can make greeting cards with them. Debbie's idea was to make a little mini book of them. So you had like a book of a poem when it was all done, the whole entire piece. Mine is going to be this box that I bought at Target. Um, I love it. It's like 5.5 by 5.5, so my cards are going to be 5 by 5, and I'm going to use yellow, orange, white, lime green, and hot pink for my colors for April. But you could make greeting cards, you could do tags. Somebody said they really want to do tags. I'm like, do it. Everybody should be able to use whatever substrate they want to do these prompts on. Does that make sense? But we'll start on April 1st, and that is no fooling. No fooling. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you this really quick, and I won't do shameless plugs, but tomorrow at 4 p.m., we have our creative book club. This is the art of the fold that we're doing tomorrow. And the reason I was up so late, I was watching stupid videos on how to fold stuff. And I got to tell you what, I may not do anything out of this book because it's just hard. I'm not a folder, you know? And then on Saturday, I'm really looking forward to Journal Play Day because Saturday at 10 a.m. we have Journal Play Day. I cut out so many bunnies last night. Look, from lots of different collage elements. Look at this guy and this girl and this guy. But not only did I use the ones from the that were given to everybody for Journal Play Day, but I cut out a bunch of other collage elements. So if you want your journal to be like mine, that's going to have bunny overload, you'll need lots of bunnies. These are the ones from the actual month. And there's more bunnies and daffodils. That guy's really cute. So I have lots of bunnies, lots of flowers. And we're doing 2 books on Saturday because I am a overachiever. We're doing an envelope pocket book with envelopes. And then we're doing just a simple folded paper journal because that's not the one I want to do. I want to do an envelope pocketbook. And everybody else in Journal Playday said that they really want to keep our books the same size time after time. But I'm done. I got to do something else. I'm bored. Okay, so book club tomorrow at 4 p.m., Journal Playday on Saturday at 10 a.m., provided I sleep and remember. Hello, my name is Lindsay and I am a copycat. Today we are copycatting The Starry Night by Vincent Van Gogh. Oh, joy. You can hear the excitement in my voice. Oh, joy. It was bad enough having to copy all these other artists. Hard enough, not bad enough. Um, but anyway, that's what we're doing. How was pulmonology? It was good. My friend Carmen could not do a pulmonology test because one of the first questions when he was all done is I asked the pulmonologist girl who did the testing, I said, what if you have claustrophobia and you can't get in that little tube where they suck all the air out of you? And she's like, oh, we have other ways you can do it. And I'm like, okay, I'll tell Carmen that if she needs a pulmonology test, there is a way to have it done. So it was a little freaky, but he did good. I don't know how he passed. I don't know if he passed with flying colors or. Okay, so we should have 3 pages left. But it appears I only have. What? Well, right? Aren't there 3 days left? Today, tomorrow, and Monday. So I have 1, 2. Oy vey. Well, this one's going to have to be a pocket. I'll have to put 2 in it. So we're going to do this one. So the first thing I want to do is paint this background. I'm going to get rid of it. I don't have any like a bright, pretty blue. So I have this black blue. It's called dark night blue. And I have some white. And do I have a good brush here? No, I don't have any acrylic brushes. Hang on. Let me get some good water also. So I've been watching lots of videos on acrylic painting and gouache painting. Um, and I really am enjoying the process of looking at how they do their painting. And a lot of times they do it like this. Not that I know what I'm doing, but they take this one color paint and then they add white into it or another color, and it just comes out super cool. Will it today? I don't know. You know what I mean, though? It like creates patterns. But I thought it would be fun. It looks more gray than blue. Apparently I don't like blue. Oh my gosh, Carmen, did you see the watercolor palette I sent you last night? It comes out on Friday and we both need to buy it. It's called something like the Frog's Day playing at the pool table in the pond or something. I swear it's the cutest thing. It's from Blue Leaf Green, Green Leaf Blue. You know those guys. We're not going to see most of this, so it does not really matter. You know? Anyway, it's a whole palette of greens. Oh my God, they're so pretty. And of course, I thought of me first because that's how I am, selfish like that. And then I thought Carmen needs this palette also. So may have to rob a bank tomorrow. I think that's pretty, right? So I'm thinking what I want to do is make a pocket. See what I can find here in my scrap bin. I kind of like that. So we'll let that dry. This is my page. And then I want this same bluish, grayish black on here. I want it to look painterly. Is that a word? Painterly. I want to feel like I painted something because I'm not painting Vincent Van Gogh for sure. I mean, I think that's good, right? I do like the differentiations of the lines. Okay, let's leave that to dry. It definitely looks painterly. Let me watch. I know I was singing it. Starry, starry night, paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day. With eyes that watch the world and can't forget stories that we met. Something like that. All right, this is going to be tricky because my page is wet. Now I think I know what they tried to say to me and how we suffered our sanity. and how I tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. I don't know the rest. I thought I knew the rest, but I don't. All right, let's do a little looking at, not Don McLean. Let's do a little looking at, yes, that's it. Green leaf blue watercolors. I think it's green leaf blue, but blueberry might work. The frog eating the pickle on a pool table. That's it. Do not buy them out. They only make a certain amount and I have to get one. So here he is. Here is our Vincent Van Gogh, Starry, Starry Night. I'm a little nervous, I must say. A little nervous. And then here it is, done by somebody else with dragons. Can you see the dragons in the sky? Because everybody and their sister has copied Vincent Van Gogh. Then there's this one, which is probably more like what mine will look like. And it says, I know nothing with any certainty, but the sight of the stars makes me dream. Love that. Here's another person's Vincent Van Gogh interpretation. I think that's all I got. So we'll get rid of everybody's but Vincent's. And we're going to hope and pray for the best. Okay, now let's see. I could use, I think that's a little small, but it might work. Do I have a solid? Well, should we just use this, maybe? Because Vincent Van Gogh definitely deserves to be put into a frame. Who said I have to mortgage my house to get those paints? How much are they? Don't tell me. I'm worried. Penny says you need to mortgage your house to get those paints. How much are they? Do tell. Do. Okay, so I think we will do this. We'll just do it inside of this frame, which is cardstock. So that should give us a really painterly look. And it definitely has to go landscape rather than, has to go this way. I don't want to paint it this way, so we'll see what happens. I need blue and yeller. I need yeller. Starry, starry night. Hold on. Gotta make it bigger so I can read your comments. Sandy says, I read about his life last night. Such a very sad life, but such an amazing, beautiful, touching soul. Yeah, well, welcome to the painter world. Uh-oh. I think I just got paint on something. Nope. We're going to start with the lightest color. Hello. And go with yellow. And put this here. And this around it. And then we're going to put several balls of these in the sky. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, we're going to get a lighter yellow. I'm going to go around them. I mean, it really should look very professional doing it on this cardstock. So, just do it. There's a movie about his life as well. I think I'll watch that today. I saw that. Debbie says you get free shipping on orders over $200. Well, how much is the paint? Did we decide that? Did anybody tell me? How much? I've never bought from them. All right, so I want to start with those mountainous things, I think, which are kind of darker blue. That's kind of a blue-green, but we're going to use it anyway. Yeah, this is going to be just an embarrassment. We have 2 people coming over today, maybe 3 or 4. We have a guy to look at our front yard to help me with my sprinklers, and it's raining, so maybe he'll cancel, hopefully. Then we have a guy coming to fix the washer and the dryer. And then we have a guy coming, oh, that would be my son. My son and my grandson might come over. Individual pans range from $12 to $30. Oh, oi. Boy, those watercolor people, man, they can afford some cash. Mm. All I can do is sing Starry, Starry Night when I'm painting. I don't know what I'm doing down here at all, but I do know there's a tiny bit of green in this corner and a little bit of green on top of that blue. I know, Carmen. I know it's hard to do with watercolor, but you know, I'm a glutton for punishment and I also live for watercolor. So, you know, here I go. Just call me crazy. Uh, there's all kinds of buildings down here that I'm not doing. Pass. Move on. Move along, little doggy. So I'm just going to add some colors in here of blues. And then I can add them in with pen or something if I want to. And if I don't, I mean, what are you going to do? Come over here and beat me senseless? Let me use a watercolor brush for this part. This is much more fun for me. Yeah, so did I already say that I woke up 3 minutes before it was time to come here? And my husband says, just cancel. I'm like, I can't do that. That's like calling out sick from work, which actually I could do. Not when it was my own store. I didn't like people to call out sick from work. But when I worked for Ben Franklin, easily I could call out sick. But I didn't teach my children to call out sick. But there were days I just couldn't cope with the retail world of customers, you know? Or maybe you don't know. Have you ever worked retail? Okay, either retail or the fast food industry, or the food industry in general, I'm sure. I only worked the food industry one day in my life, and it was more than enough for me. But some days dealing with humans is too much. Okay. Now I need some white. Yeah, the food industry and... All right, so let's do this light bluish kind of color. And it goes in here. I mean, if you're looking for exact copy, look at Lisa McDonald or Susan Bain, because they have been very right on. Not me. Not this girl. Don't worry, I'll get the swirls in there. I know you guys are like, there's lots of swirls. Those will come. I just wanted to lay some color down. I need a brighter blue up top here. And then we have all those little liney things. I really just messed that circle up, but what are you going to do? I woke up 5 minutes ago. I woke up at 7:47 and here I am. So I get a gold star for just being here. So those who are judging right now, you can go away. What do you call it? I get a participation star because I am participating in this day in a way that whoever thought I would. Starry, starry night. Paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day with eyes that watch the world and can't forget, like the strangers that we've met. Wish I could remember all the words. Okay, let's heat this baby. Oh, I got 5 gold stars from Carmen. How many gold stars does everybody else give me? Let's find the words to the song. Don McLean, Starry, Starry Night lyrics. Starry, starry night, paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day with eyes that know the darkness in my soul. Shadows on the hills, sketch the trees and the daffodils. Catch the breeze and the winter chills in colors of the snowy linen land. Now I understand what you tried to say to me and how you suffered for your sanity and how you tried to set them free. They would not listen, they did not know how. Perhaps they'll listen now. Okay, that's way enough for the moment. I don't care if Facebook gets mad. I'm mad at Facebook, so it's dual madness. All right, we're gonna put this away. Oh wait, hold tight. I do want to do these weird, greeny, dark, dark green. I don't know what that is. Did anybody look this art up? Do you know what this is? Do you know what this is? Is it a castle, a tree, a bush? What is it? Anybody? But it's like a greeny black color. I don't know. Dear Vincent Van Gogh, hi, my name's Lindsay, and I'd like to know, what is that weird shaped thing there? It needs more black. It needs more black. I don't know what it is. Mine looks like a guitar. Oh my gosh, I saw the cutest baby reveal announcement yesterday. I follow this band of two sisters called Larkin and Poe, and they're some of my favorite guitar players. And I guess one of them, because I don't know which one's which, they look the same, they sound the same, because they're cousins. No, they're sisters. Anyway, so one of them is pregnant, and they were doing a gender reveal, and I guess she's married to a guitar player who I think is part of the band. I mean, you spend a lot of time together, so maybe they're not married, but they are having a child together. Anyway, they had a guitar case on a table, and then the girl who was pregnant and her baby daddy, I don't know what you want to call him, she opened the case and it was a blue Telecaster guitar. If you don't know what that is, it's a electric guitar, and it was baby blue. And I'm like, that's the coolest, because they're, rich girls, because they're a band. So you can go out and buy a brand new guitar to show that you're going to have a baby. It was pretty cool. It definitely looks like a guitar. I can't I can't do anything different. I'm sorry. I have guitar on my brain. Okay, well, it is what it is. And then this is really dark over here, so let's just put a little dark blacker into it. Now I have to blow dry it again. But it's getting there. I'm going to do a little more black in here because the green was not working out so good. It was way too transparent. So guess what my husband and I did after his pulmonary test yesterday? You'll never guess. I'm going to let you guys try to guess. I will tell you this. I'll give you a hint. No, I'm not going to give you a hint yet. Okay, well, that's as good as it gets. Oh, Google says it's a stylized cypress tree. Thank you, Jennifer Halsey. Okay, we can put away our watercolors because we are definitely through with those. Nope. We did not go to eat. Why all the stars? Why all the stars? What stars? I haven't got there yet. No ice cream, no McDonald's, no fast food. We went to the pound. 3 of them, to be precise. Yeah. We caved. We don't have a dog, but we are now in the process of looking. And it's really, really sad where we live. There are so many dogs that have been abandoned. And it's really sad because they are what we call here affectionately Nevada County mixie mutts. They're mixes of everything, every breed. And they're big and they're loud and they're nothing we could deal with. So we left. All right. So we, Pat says, of course, dog adoption. So now we're doing our little lines here. This is all going to be in colored pencil and Posca in case you're playing along. For those of you at home that are playing along with me, we will be using the magic of colored pencils and Posca markers to create the little lines that Vincent Van Gogh so politely created for us. Okay, so anyway, they didn't even want to take us through until we looked at pictures of the dogs. I'm like, please, just can't we go walk through and see the dogs? And man, they were loud barkers. These ones I think I'm gonna do swirls. And jumpers and big dogs. Some have been in the pound for a very, very long time. And it is really, really sad to see. So, so we left and we went to another one and they were having a meeting and they wouldn't even let us in. So then we went to the last one and I just got to say, it's just depressing. So where my daughter is now working, did I tell you she's volunteered as a dog walker person? Well, she is. And they have over 300 dogs. We do live on a big property, but it's not like a dog roaming property. We don't have any fences, so. And most of the people moving in, no offense for anybody who lives near the Bay Area of San Francisco, but they're mostly city people moving in and they don't understand letting your dogs roam free. So we cannot let the dog roam free if we get a dog. So I'm going to have to make some fence choices before we get a dog. Because it can't just live in the house all the time like Charlie did. He was a lounge dog. He just wanted to stay on the porch. Okay, we're getting there, right? Do you see it? Do you see it happening? And our dog before Charlie, Luke, never left the porch except to come in and hang with the kids because he was more of a herder, more of a border collie, but he had a lot of wolf in him. So yeah. So we got to just keep looking. But I've been stopped up all night. My nose is stopped up. Thank you very much, dogs. Pets in need. But it was really fun to see all the dogs. And I think I told you guys, I'm not sure. So let's put the swirl in here. So now we're going to add some tick marks. I think I told you, but the girl who did my husband's pulmonology test and I were talking about it yesterday, that in the last 2 weeks, 2 different people have left, or maybe not people, but I don't know who they are. Their dogs had puppies and they put them in boxes and left them on the side of the road. And it broke my heart because one of the boxes they taped shut. And so I really wanted to make sure, I think more than anything, that those puppies were okay. And so we went to the shelter that had those puppies. And most of them have been adopted. There were 2 left. Oh my God, and they were cute. But they're mainly pit bulls because the homeless population, or unhoused, whatever you're supposed to call it, population in our community doesn't understand that you should spay your dog. So I said, and I didn't tell the people at the shelter this because I'm sure I would have been laughed. There must be a reason, but I think they should take all the unhoused people and their dogs and spay them. All of them, the dogs and the people. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But those people's dogs should for sure be spayed. But anyway, super sad about the dogs that are just left. Okay, I know this looks really dark right now, but it will get lighter because I'm going to put white on top of it. And he paints these with a brush, so just be forgiving for me, please. So we went to the shelter and that was fun. And then they gave us some names of shelters that have terriers, although I already know a couple of shelters that have terriers. So when I left, just walking around for maybe 5 minutes, oh my Lord, have mercy on my nose. I was a mess. My nose was so, so not fun. But who said raising a puppy is so much work? Oh, we're not getting a puppy. No, no, no. We're getting an older dog. At least 2 or 3. We are not getting a puppy. Okay, that'll work. There's another swirl this way. So anyway, when we're really serious, we will go to the other shelters that I know. But we were just kind of looking. The girl's like, "Oh, are you here to adopt?" And we're like, "No, we're just looking," kind of like when you buy a car or go to model homes. Do they have model homes anymore? I don't think so. I always thought that would be the coolest job, to be the person that created the furniture for a model home. And then I realized that was called an interior designer. And I'm like, nah, that doesn't sound like fun to me. Anyway, here's what else I did yesterday. When my friend Karen came over the other day, we had our crafternoon day. Karen came over and brought Stabilo Woodies. Do you know what Stabilo Woody pencils are by Stabilo? Well, I can't stop thinking about them. I had so much fun playing with them, which is why those watercolors are probably out of my price range right now, because I bought every color of Stabilo Woodies last night on Amazon. This tick mark thing is harder than it seems. Like, you would think this would be pretty simple. It's hard, and it takes a long time. So anyway, there's 18 colors of those woodies. And I sent my friend Karen a message last night after I bought them, and I said, "Have I told you how much I hate you right now? Because I am $76 poorer. Poorer." I bought them all because I can't just choose colors. I wanted them all, right? All right, we're getting there. Slow but sure. We're going to go outside the yeller lines. Take some light blues in here. And then we got to go over the whole thing with white. So for those of you that are like, it's getting too dark, it's not yet. But it kind of is. And I don't have any of the houses yet in there, or the church. There's a really pretty little church, but I don't know if I'm going to put that in or not. Let's sing the second verse of the Don McLean song. What makes them so special, you'll see when they come, because I will definitely be sharing them with you. Let's see what the second verse is. Starry, starry night, flaming flowers that brightly blaze. I can't draw and read the words. Swirling clouds in violet haze, reflecting Vincent's eyes of china blue, colors changing hue, morning fields of amber grain. Now I need to see the picture. Hang on. This has to have more. Down there. Morning fields of ambered grain, weathered faces lined in pain, are soothed beneath the artist's loving hand. Now I understand what they try to say to me. Let's find the green. Let's do this cypress tree thing. That should work. What do you think? This doesn't really have a lot of tick marks in it, but for Lindsay's sake, it's going to have some. And then if I had a black pencil, I could fix this right up. Dear St. Anthony, please come around. Ha ha. Yeah, they're chunky and big, and they're water soluble. So you can use them and then add water to the woody pencils. And I think they're made for kids, but because I saw a classroom set, I almost bought it. I thought there were like 85 colors, but there are not. I was lucky, but it was $123. And I'm like, oh, I want this. I'll have to stop eating for the next month, but I'm going to get it. But I didn't. I only spent $76. But I also got some Posca pens and another Aquarelle pen. So there's other things in that $76, but I had to tell her how much I hated her for showing them to me. She brought them for herself to play with, and I played with them the whole day she was over. And then I'm like, man, I wish I had those woody pencils some more. How we doing here? Are you guys seeing it? Is it coming? Where's my picture? Oh, and there's some yellow in here. That's kind of cool. And there is yellow going on the outside of this. I'm just going to circle around it for time's sake. And then get a different color blue in here. I'm not putting the buildings in, you guys. Just thought I'd tell you. Not that you care. But there are buildings in all of this green rolling hill thing. But I really kind of do want that church, but I don't know. So anyway, there are no terriers in shelters, I must tell you. Well, at least not in the ones by us. Hi, Michelle. Liar. Your name's not Hamilton. Liar. Michelle, let me ask you a question. Your new husband, Gary, I hope he's not sitting there, but I'll ask you anyway. He looks very familiar to me. That's not Gary from one of the companies that we used to buy from, right? Let me know. And you got your car tire fixed, right, Michelle? And you are back on the road, or you're home? You're home in Iowa? I can't think of a song about Iowa, but I'm sure there is one. Do cut out a church in the village. I might draw it in. These little scallopy lines remind me of Pigpen. Anyway, Michelle, if you're there, please answer me. I've been dying to know the answer to that question. It's not Gary from Tonic Studios, right? He just looks like Gary. Anyway, I just keep thinking that I know this guy from somewhere. Probably not. And Michelle probably just came in for a second and now is back to her wifely duties. Michelle says, no, he's a normal guy. We are still on the road. Oh, man. That is quite the road trip. Well, nice to meet you, Gary. You're probably listening and watching and thinking, who is this crazy woman who thinks I am Gary from Tonic Studios? All right, so then, well, I'm glad you're still on the road. I'm glad you got the tire thing fixed. That was very frightening. I did not like to see that you were having tires fall off of your trailer. But I hope you're getting to see things along the way because there's so much coolness on the way out there from. Are you taking 80? Did you go see the Sioux woman statue in South Dakota? I really want to see that. This is just, this is as good as it's going to get, you guys. There's a song about Iowa. Oh, from the Music Man. I remember. I don't know the lyrics, but I only know I wish in Michigan that I was in Michigan, back on the farm. That has nothing to do with Iowa. Maybe I'll watch The Music Man today. That sounds like fun. Anyway, yeah, safe travels to you guys. Okay, here comes the white. This is scary, 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 scary part. So we heard that the people across the street from us are moving, like right across the street. They have the most beautiful view. I won't say the most beautiful piece of property because I'm grateful that they are moving because they have become outside hoarders. Do you know what I mean? Like 10 cars. It's just a mess. It's a mess. And they brought home yesterday a little vintage trailer because we were told by other neighbors that they're planning on traveling the country. And I'm like, not in that little thing. Because we were going to do that, and that does not really work real well. But we'll see what happens. But if anybody wants to buy a house, let me know. There's also a lot for sale on our street if anybody wants to build a house. But the reason there's a lot for sale on our street is because permits in this community where we live in the county of Placer are so expensive that the people that bought the lot can't afford to build on it. So I would highly recommend not buying it. I always said that it should become a community pool and we should all just pitch in for a pool. But these people bought this lot for $70,000 and they're selling it for $270,000. It's comical. Okay, now this guy. How much for the house? I don't know yet. They haven't put it up for sale, but I think the last time it sold, it was like 300 and something thousand. First of all, it's California. Don't freak out. So chances are it'll be 4, 5, or 600,000. But you can't really move here unless you are a billionaire because every penny that we have, the reason that I am so poor and broke all the time is fire insurance. Costs $1.5 billion. Okay. Okay. Almost done with the white. It's looking more Van Gogh-y, right? You guys like it? I do like how I put the watercolor in the background first, because if I was a painter, I would have used acrylic and then done painting for the whole thing. But not me. Oh, my husband's talking to his brother, telling him how I had to hire somebody to come do our sprinklers. It's killing him that somebody's coming to work in our front yard and it's not him. It's killing him. Okay, so this needs more white in here. I wish I hadn't done so much white right in there, but it's okay. And then more white in here in these little pig pen swirls. I think I'm going to have to do dark blue over this white because this white got too white. And there's a little bit of white in here, but I'm going to leave it out. Do some right there. I mean, I think that's as good as it's going to get, right? Let's try to put the church in here. Here's the spire. And here's the roof. We're just going to make it white. I have to sneeze. I'm just going to put some little houses in here. There's a red one. Okay. There's some red right there. Well, that house is going to be red. There's some red over here. There's a yellowy kind of house. The blue. Get another blue house in here and a blue house here. And the church has a door, so we'll give it a door. I mean, I think it's good, right? Hang on one sec. I hope I have a white. Because there is some white in this tree. Cypress thing. Just a white pencil will shadow it a little bit and give it some highlights. And then I'm going to bring our white dots back in here. Well, they were black. Sounds like lots of chainsaws being used outside. So are you guys excited about the month of April's prompts? Those looked really fun. However, May, the person that was supposed to do May has got some stuff going on in their life. So it got passed to me. So I'm super excited to announce that I am doing the prompts for the month of May. And I have a fun idea that one of you guys gave me yesterday. I got to write down who it was because I'm going to do that. It was a great idea for May. And I'm pretty excited to do it. Because we can do different things all the time. We don't have to work in a book. We could do a canvas. We could do cards, tags, whatever we wanted to. All right. I really need to stop or I'm just going to mess the whole thing up. The only part I don't like is right in here. We're going to call it quits. Okay. Rocks. There's no rocks on this picture that I see. Kathy, are you telling me to draw rocks? Okay, we're going back to our painterly page, remember? We're going to make a pocket. Where's the scissors? Paint rocks. I'm going to put this way at the bottom, I think. This is terrible of me to say, but I hope my grandson doesn't come over today because I am so tired. Whew. I hope it's all dry. Appears to be dry. Uh-oh. Houston, we have trouble. I can cut that down just a little bit more, but let's get our quote in here. So I think we did okay with this, right? It's not horrible. And our quote is here. Betsy says, don't you think he said the same thing? Vincent, I need to stop. Yeah. Wait, let's do this first. Get that in there. Another one. Just a couple swirls. And then we could add some yellow back in on top of it if we wanted to, but I just kind of wanted it to be a little swirly. I know nothing. I know nothing. What's that from? Do you have a father that watched F Troop? I know nothing with any certainty. I know nothing with any certainty but the sight of stars sight of stars makes me dream. Vincent Van Gogh. Oh, Goghh. I always want to do it wrong. Vincent Van Gogh. Okay, we need a little yellow in here. Tina says now we just aged ourselves. You mean with F Troop? My dad loved F Troop. So did my husband, actually. I just watched it because, my dad watched it. My mom and I would just sit there and watch TV with him. I think that's good. It's simple. It's direct. Let's put a few like these kind of stars in here, even though those are not Vincent Van Gogh kind of stars. My pen, I'm waiting patiently for another Posca to come in the mail. It's down to its last little bit of white. All right, so now one more thing before we go. I'm cutting these polka dots off, or I'm cutting it down a little further because my frame is a little too big to fit into my pocket. But I kind of like that way. They'll be half dots. I think on Monday we'll do a giveaway for the rest of my frames because I probably won't use them. I want it to go in like that. There we go. There we go. Goghh, go. All right. Well, that was a fun one. I enjoyed it. I'm awake now. So that's different than when we started. And I like the quote on the grayish black thing. That saying comes from Hogan's Hero. Schultz used to say it. I know nothing. I know nothing. Yeah. Colonel Klink and Schultz. Who are the young people that don't know what that means? Anyway, it's fine. Okay, so we have the quote that says, I know nothing with any certainty, but the sight of stars makes me dream. And then we have our page. I might paint this yellow. Should I do that before I have an idea. I think I want it yellow. So I think rather than paint, we'll use colored pencil in here. That way I don't have to wait for it to dry. I sure wish I could go back to bed today. So in the middle of the night, I didn't tell you guys, but don't get mad at me. I had to have my husband take my pulse and my blood pressure 3 times because kind of thought I was having a heart attack. I felt major pressure in my head and my blood pressure felt like it was boiling, but every time it was fine. And we have a brand new, like $80 blood pressure machine, so I trust it. And he thinks that I had a bad dream that I just couldn't get past because I woke up screaming. So because I thought he told me it was 5 in the morning and I had to get up. And when I woke up, he was awake and I'm like, "Did you just yell at me?" And he's like, "No." And I said, "Oh, I just had a really creepy, scary dream." So I'm grateful that I'm here. I'm grateful that I did not have a heart attack or a stroke or something. I'm fine. Everything's fine. And yes, this needed yellow. Am I right? It really needed the yellow. All right. And it looks really pretty next to this one, I think. It might have been a panic attack, Debbie. I am sure it's anxiety. It was crazy. And I am the boy that cried wolf with going to the hospital because I've always had these panic attacks at night. And we go to the hospital and they're like, "All right, you're fine. Go home." All right. Well, I'm done. Have a really good day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And I don't know anything about this artist, so I'm going to have to look him up or her. Clementine Hunter, but there's two humans, and that scares me. And then on Monday, we have Kara Walker. This one looks like it's all black and white, which looks kind of fun to me. I do not drink caffeine, I drink water. And every like 3 weeks, I have a Coke, but I did not. All right. Have a really good day, you guys. I love you so much. I hope you did Vincent Van Gogh because it was a fun experiment. And it looked like a royal mess to begin with, but it looks good. I'm happy with it. Not going to do much today except just kind of chill. So have a really good day and I'll see everybody tomorrow. All right. Good night. I mean, goodbye. Good morning. Goodbye. Love you. Bye.